Welcome back to American Textbook Reading. I'm Brian Stewart. Today we're gonna study about from factory to you. If the factory has something and you want to buy it, that thing from the factory comes to you. So today you're going to discover about how does the food or the thing from the factory come to your home, such as poison, fire, or maybe some type of fuel, or maybe bombs. How do those things get to your home? So today we're gonna talk about that. So now, are you ready? Let's begin with the vocabulary section. The first vocabulary word in the vocabulary section is, as you know, it's order. So now imagine this is like a menu, or then I take out a piece of paper and then I look at the foods in the menu. If I want one, such as cheese and mashed potatoes, then I order the mashed potatoes or the cheese and mashed potatoes. Then the waiter or the waitress will take those mashed potatoes or that cheese and give it to you. First they have to cook it and then they give it to you. Because if you cook something a lot, put it in big bowls, then you wait it to dry, and then everybody comes in to eat, it will not be very tasty. So you can just cook it for them when they come in. So now, let's begin with the next vocabulary word in the vocabulary section. So the next one is package. For example, here I have notebooks. Here are my notebooks. And then we can think of as this piece of paper is the package. Then I wrap the paper and tie strings to it. I package it. Then I bring it back to my home, tear the paper, and then I can see my notebooks. My notebooks to teach you or to study even more things. So now, as you know, let's begin with the third vocabulary word. The third vocabulary word is transportation or transport. What does trans mean? Trans means to take something from one place to another. What does port mean? As you know, here, this book is a port in England, for example, and this notebook is a port in Germany. Then, the port in England sends an airplane all the way to the port in Germany. In the airplane, we have, as you know, we have your favorite food, meat. So we have some kind of meat wrapped in paper in the place where it stores things, and sometimes people sit under that meat. So now, let's begin with the third vocabulary word. What is the third vocabulary word? Well, the third vocabulary word is factory. Factory. What is a factory? A factory is a place where you make things. So, this is the land, and then we have one floor of the factory, the second floor of the factory, the third floor of the factory, and the fourth floor of the factory. Then we have these let me see, these as you know, we have these. Do you know what it is? As you know, they're like chimneys. These chimneys take out the ash, or actually take out the acid or the carbon dioxide that is in the factory. Because if we use machines, the machines have some chimneys that go out with fog, and that fog will go out with the other chimneys. So now let's talk about the fifth vocabulary word. The fifth vocabulary word is step. So now, as you know, this is one step. Now here, as you know, I have my land again. Then we have one step. This is one step. As you know, here I have my land. This is one step. This is two steps. And this is three steps. So now, do you know why we call them steps? We call them steps is because of, just like, though we call them steps because they're steps that we use to make a soccer ball. Such as, I have some old paper, and then I tear that paper out, and then just like I'll get that paper and design it as a ball. Then I color, and show just like some people my design, and then tell them to make a ball just like that, but more round. Because paper cannot be round so much. So we can have some types of designs with paper, some toward paper, and then we can give them to the manager, or we can give the ball to the architect. And they will just like build a giant football stadium, just like a giant football stadium shaped like a football. So now let's see how candy is made. First, we need the materials. The materials are sugar, milk, and as you know, we have some powder. So first we'll get we'll get a pot, maybe just like a pot, and then first we put the milk in the pot, then we put the sugar in the pot, and then we put flour or the powder in the pot. Then we stir, 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 stir. Stir, 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 stir. We keep stirring, we keep stirring, we keep stirring, we keep stirring, we keep stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. We keep stirring until it's very soft. After that, we'll make them into shapes of candy. Then we will, as you know, to the manufacturer. This is how we manufacture it. We put them on the cart, they go around, this is a robot. You have fire, and then just like we'll cook, and we make the candy more fresh. And finally, we will package the candy. As you know, these are two candies, and then one candy and another candy. Around them is a package. Then we have these two candies. Then as they go into this piece, it will flip around, go down, and then it will keep going. In here has just like some plastic paper. After we package it, we put it on a train. The train will go chuk 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 chuk. After the train gets to the port, then a truck comes. We get the candy off the train, and then we put it onto the candy truck. Then the candy truck will go to the market. People at the market, or maybe people in the truck, will get that candy and put it into the market. So the first one, we need to prepare the ingredients or materials. The next one, we need to make it fresh, more fresh. Then we'll package it. Then we'll get it on a train. Then we'll put it on the truck, and finally we'll put it in a market. So that is actually the cycle of how the candy gets to the market. After the candy gets to the market, then the market will get to your bag. Then after that, your bag will get into your refrigerator. Then the next day, your candy will be put into a bowl, and then finally, at lunch, you will put water or maybe some type of milk in there, and then you can eat candy and milk. So that is the cycle of how we make candy and how the candy goes to your belly. So now I'll ask you 3 true and false questions. The first true and false question. Many people make things. Many people manufacture materials by manufacturer. True or false? As you know, it is false because it's going in a circle. There can be 2 words of manufacturer inside it. We need 1 manufacturer. 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 We need manufacturer. So now, as you know, let's move on with the next question. At the packaging stage, 2 candies are on some tray, and then a bigger machine makes a package around them and then brings them to the box. True or false? As you know, true. So after we package the candy, then it will fall down and go into the box. Then after that, we'll go to the cart, get the candy and put it on the train. After the train gets to the port, we get the candy out of the train, put it into a candy truck, and then go to the market. The person in the truck will get out candy and then put it into the market. After they put it into the market, they go into your refrigerator. Go into your bag, go into the refrigerator. After going into the refrigerator, then you will eat it. So now, those are our questions for today, and that's the vocabulary section for today. And now, let's take a short break and come back and we'll do the speaking section. So, don't go away. So now, welcome back. Today, now we're going to talk about the speaking section. Our speaking section is about, as you know, our speaking section is about from factory to you. I'm gonna ask you a question there. So now, are you ready with the speaking section? Let's begin. Excuse me. So now let's begin. Do you know how is a ball transported to your home? So that's the question. So today we're gonna learn about how the ball is going into your soccer field, and then boom! You kick the ball, you kick the ball, you kick the ball, kick, and then punch it into the goal. Ow, ow! You punch it, boom, and then another ball comes into the goal. That's how you do it. So now actually a ball is a big ball of air. So first, now a ball can be made with different kinds of steps. First, we'll get the raw materials such as paper. After that, we'll make the paper into a design. We give it to the manager. After the manager agrees, we throw it into the trash can. We boop, 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 boom, boop. And then we put it into the trash can. So now, as you know, we get the raw material. The raw materials will be made into the shape of a ball. Then we'll pump air into the ball. After we made the ball, we put it into a package. Then we put it into a container, and then we'll put it into a truck. After we put it into the truck will go away to the market. After that, in the market, they will just like put it in different places. You go into the market and you get your candy or maybe your ball, and then you go back to your home. Then, as you take it back to your home and make it clean, it is ready to go into your soccer field to show your friends that you had a new ball, not an old ball. So now, as you know, the reading section is a lot about transporting. So now let me tell you another thing about the market. If you do not want to go into the market, what will you do? If you do not want to go to the market, if you don't want to go to the market, but you don't have a cell phone, what will you do? As you know, you get your computer, use the internet, down the Shopee, and then you can get your soccer ball. That's a very, very, very important thing you need to remember. If you don't have a cell phone, but you do have the internet, but you do not want to go to the shop, as now it is COVID-19. So we can't go to the shop, and if you don't have any cell phones because you're a teenager or maybe just like a 13-year person and you don't have a phone, then you might have to go into your computer, you search for Shopee, and then you just buy your soccer ball. So that's how you buy your soccer ball. Now let's do one question. This question is a bit hard. It's very hard. First we get the blah blah blah. Then we put the candy on the cart and blah 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 it. After that, we put it onto another cart and blah 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 it. And then we put it onto the train and blah 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 it to the port. After we get the candy to the port, a truck arrives and also blah 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 the candy to the market. Then you will eat the candy. So how can we fill in those blah blah blahs? So first we get the materials, then we put it onto a cart and manufacture it. Then we put it onto another cart and then package it. After that, we'll put it onto a train and go to the port. After that, will get the candy truck and put the candy on the train onto the truck. After that, we'll take the candy to the market. So that's a very good thing to remember. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and see you next time. Take care, everybody.